we all like to think that we make decisions from our values, but most of the time we make our decisions based on our fears. And to a certain extent, I mean, I would say based on your bank account, that's a subset of based on your fears. Or we actually are making decisions from our values. We just don't realize which values we actually have, right? So when someone says, for example, I value eating sustainably. I want to make sure that when I make my food choices, I'm making the best possible choice for the world, for the environment, for me, whatever it is. The value is I'm going to eat good foods. And then they go and they buy, they just buy food from the store, right? They just go and they go to the grocery store, they buy whatever meats they want to buy from the grocery store, say. And then you go, okay, well, you said that your biggest concern is eating well for yourself as well as for the planet. Well, the foods that you're buying at the grocery store, the meats that you're buying at your grocery store they're all corn and wheat fed, which is terrible for the environment because of the monocropping that's involved. The type of fat content that in them is bad for your body. Like there's all these things that high inflammation things that come into your body and whatever. And you say, well, yeah, actually, I agree. I've done that research with you, but do you know what grass-fed beef costs? Right? It's like 3 times the cost.
Yeah.
And I just don't have the money for that. Okay. Are you actually making your decision from your values? Or could you choose to do other things to save money to be able to redirect funds into buying grass-fed beef? If that's the case, that's a complete hypothetical. Like I don't have a stance on what type of meat you necessarily should be eating. But the other thing is we'll say to somebody, well, it's not worth it to me to say something to this group of people that might be inflammatory or that might cause them to be upset, because I'd really like to get a client out of this room. And, you know, if I upset these people by actually standing on my principles and letting something they said go past, then are you acting on your values? Are you making the decision on your values, or are you making your decision on the fear that you won't get the type of client that actually resonates and aligns with you if you stand up and say something? Mm-hmm. Or are you making the decision that your value is actually, I want clients regardless of what their beliefs are in this particular case. And so therefore I'm not willing to stand up and say that. Do you have to offend everybody around you and plant a flag and wave around to be living your values? No, not necessarily. But so many of us, the values that we are actually acting on and making decisions from aren't the ones we say they are. Like my 3 core values are personal responsibility, freedom, and abundance, right? But at the same time, there have been times in my life when I'm like, I really need the money, or I really, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put an offer together, a package together, and put it out there and sell it in the hopes that I can get $10,000 this month because I'm a little short of what I want, even though I said to myself that I'm never ever gonna run that package again because I don't actually help these people. I don't get along with these people very well, or whatever that case may be. I've done that, despite one of my primary values being abundance, believing that there's plenty out there, there's plenty here around me, and that I'll get what I need. And, you know, whether that's, you know, law of attraction stuff, or whether it's just believing that I have the talent and ability to get what I need to get, doesn't really matter. It's really, really easy for us as humans, especially when we don't have the full bank account, to make our decisions based on, I don't know if I have enough money, or I don't want to be seen as a jerk, or I want people to like me, or whatever these sub values are that aren't actually our primary values.